Welcome to the Redflex. Welcome to Global Fancam Live. Manchester United 1, Sheffield United 2. Manchester United's title race has taken a massive dent. If I be very honest, this result was not on the cards for myself. Not for 1 second would I have thought Manchester United would lose to the bottom team. And in my opinion, it was a deserved defeat. Sheffield United were brilliant. I really wish it was under different circumstances. However, we do have a brand new member of the Redflex global community, and I would like to, on behalf of everyone from Global Fancam and the Redflex, say a massive thank you to Tim, who is you can find on Instagram as well, Soccer as we know it. Tim, thank you very much for coming on to the Redflex. As I said, I wish it was a different situation.
Thank you very much for that great reception and welcome. I see the virtual red carpet. Thank you so much.
You see, it's under COVID times. I tried to give you, the full shebang. So hopefully, I was a little bit there with it. So I think it's only fitting on a day that it's guaranteed I'm not sleeping tonight, no matter what happens. I know it's 5 o'clock in Delhi right now. In Nairobi, I'm not sure what the time is. In Houston, Texas, what is the time?
2 a.m. here.
In Houston, time now is 5:26 in the evening.
5:26. Okay, let's get straight to this. Tim, I'm going to come to you first.
Right.
Can you explain to me what I have just seen? Try and explain to me what I've just seen.
Okay. Right, guys, thank you very much for everything. Sadly, we're meeting on these kind of circumstances. I would say what you saw today was a team that was at the bottom of the table who were fighting for their lives. They gave everything. They fought. The minute that guy took out Martial, you could see how driven they were. They were ready to break legs today. They were ready to die on that field and take 3 points. They were not going to lose. They were making sure they were not going to lose that game. And they fought 50-50. And I also think mentally, I think United kind of underrated them or underestimated them for a point and thinking like, but we could beat them. We don't need to work hard. And by the time United realized the game was already slipping away, as United always mess up in set pieces, it is the same thing. You can't just not be there for set pieces. The game wasn't fought for that easily. There's no other way around it. If you're coming out for the ball, you need to get the ball. Regardless, you got hands, he's got head. You got to be taller than that guy. Regardless, this kind of defending and what the guy did today, I'm sorry, there's no excuse. But my point would be, defensively, the ball from the back to the middle was slow. From the mid, Rashford and Martial had 1 attempt each in 90 minutes. It shows lack of creation. The ball was slow. The passing was off today, completely off. They were not in that game, not till they were losing.
I think it's very important to understand that. I think the home form at Old Trafford is nothing new. Manchester United have struggled at Old Trafford this season. The away form has been so good, it's kind of put paper over the cracks in terms of how poor we've been at Old Trafford. Mzee, do you think Ole got it wrong with Tuanzebe and Lindelof with the options? He's gone for Tuanzebe. In my opinion, I think there was a lot of uncertainty in the defence. It felt like a lot of these players hadn't played together in a Premier League game, which they hadn't. Telles, Wan-Bissaka, Tuanzebe, Maguire. That dynamic didn't really look correct to me, and it kind of cost us the game. What is your thoughts on that?
I'll give you an instance that shows how uncertain that defense was. That guy, Ampadu, had the ball, took the ball from his own box, sprinted with the ball through our midfield, and he was heading for our goal if it wasn't for Bruno. And then what's funny is, Ampadu was running towards our goal. Maguire was drifting. While Tuanzebe was drifting, they literally just paved the way for him. If it wasn't for Bruno's tackle, that guy was going to. That's how uncertain that defense was. Look, fine, we all want pace in that defense. We all want Bailey or Tuanzebe to play. But if Tuanzebe has not played in 6, 8, he rarely plays. Then you just put him in there and then actually expect him to perform. It's not like that. You have Lindelof. Play him. Why not play Lindelof? He's better off with Maguire than Tuanzebe with Maguire. He's better off. They actually
If we
understand
look at
each
the
other
first
more.
goal, Mzee, I know that it's been established that obviously there was an issue with the defence. We know that it was an issue. We got that one wrong.
Yeah.
Ole got it wrong. We have to admit it. It wasn't the right decision. Antriksh, first goal, Sheffield United, they go 1-0 up. And again, at that point, I thought, oh, here we go again. We've fallen 1-0 down. At that point, I expected us to go ahead and win the game. But is David De Gea at fault for the first goal? In my opinion, I'm going to throw it out there. Not many people have said it. I think David De Gea was fouled. Billy Sharp, the number 10, pushed David De Gea, which cost the goal. And to be fair, though, if it was the other way around, I'd be unhappy if it was given. But a little bit later on, Harry Maguire supposedly fouled the Sheffield United goalkeeper. If that is a foul, how is the one on David De Gea not a foul? They're both the same instance. What's your thoughts?
Exactly.
Absolutely, I absolutely agree with you, Cass. While I absolutely agree with you that it was a blatant foul, because if Harry Maguire's was a foul, this was a foul and a half. So
Yeah.
if Harry Beckenbauer's was a foul, this was a foul certainly. But that's not the thing. When David De Gea comes in the air, he has to be more commanding. He has to be, courageous. He has to get over the ball, get over the man, and jump it up and just take it into his grasp. He was like, a spineless doll coming for the ball and then just got shoved. That's not the way. We are letting him off the hook way too much. And just to add to the point as to why Oli started to answer, we have to remember Bai is a broken stick, which has just been fixed by tape. So number one, we cannot pay him. And then number two, Lindelof is carrying an injury. He's literally playing on painkillers because whenever he's out, he's out because of back issue. So Oli has to manage both of them. That's why he keeps giving them rest and then plays the other one. Keeps giving them rest and plays the other one.
But still,
And he
though,
also, and we as fans, go on.
I would still expect him to play Lindelof. If Lindelof can play Bailey. Like switch them too.
Yeah.
But you cannot play a defender that's not played for like how many games? Play him in the FA Cups. Play him in the Carabaos. Let him get game time and actually get in form. He's not.
Go on, what were you going to say?
Yeah. I was just trying to see the Ollie's perspective, because we as fans have been crying, when teams that sit back, something like Sheffield United, we want Harry Maguire with a pacey centre back, and that is what he gave us. And when we were talking that he has not played in ages, but that's what he did against PSG, and look, he was, I guess, the best centre back performance by our centre back for a long time, the one which he gave against PSG. So I think let's not be unfair to Ollie there. But that's not the point. The point is the whole tempo. Matic was absolutely shit. He should be pumping because Scott McTominay is not getting a game. So this is his chance to get his shirt back. Look what he's doing. He's absolutely shit. So slowing the game down. Pogba started the game very well. Today. Yeah, actually.
Soom, we're going to get on to individual performances shortly. Soom, tell me, first half, I don't know if I was watching the same game or not, but I thought Sheffield United actually shown the Premier League how you beat Manchester United, because they knew Aaron Wan-Bissaka, even if he was one-on-one or there was nowhere near, he's not going to do absolutely nothing. He's not going to pass, he's not going to cross, and he's not going to dribble. They let Aaron Wan-Bissaka have the ball, and that was brilliant from Sheffield United. What else did they do? They man-marked Fernandes out of the game. You take Fernandes out of the United transition and building up the attacks, United are going to do nothing. They did that brilliantly. I thought defensive wise their shape was brilliant. Martial was bullied. He didn't have the mentality. He wasn't strong enough. He did absolutely nothing. And the fact that he didn't come off I was surprised. I was stunned how Martial was still on the game. Soom, you tell me, why do you think in the first half it was so poor? Am I right in saying that Sheffield United were brilliant?
Sheffield United are very physical side. They're like Burnley. Most of the defenders are 6 foot. And we don't have 6 foot strikers kind of like Cavani, apart from Cavani, who's nearly as tall as the Burnley and Sheffield United defenders. But when you look at it again, to break those kind of defenders, we were just doing long balls, and they were just picking them out. So you have to put the ball on the ground and you got to be quick. But United, Rashford, Mason, and Martial didn't know how to get past these defenders, because they had it was a wall of 3 layers between them before they got to the defender. So you had kind of 6 men defending, and it was hard to break them down. So what United could have done was tried to go more to the angles. But like you said, when the ball went to Wan-Bissaka, his delivery was literally on non-existent, apart from the one cross he made early on.
Rashford
That one cross Other than that, his crosses don't go anywhere. Telles did try. He did try some good crosses, but that was not to the second half. The first half, him and Rashford was stuck at the left side. They could not. They kept coming through the middle, and the middle was congested. It reminded me of how Sevilla set up against us in that semi-final last season.
Yeah, I remember.
Just packed the sides. United keep going through the middle, and the middle's just chopped. You can't get anything through the middle, and that's what we went through. And Sheffield United are physically tougher because they got big guys. United don't have big strikers. They don't have tall guys. They don't have fast, shorter, smaller, quicker players. But they couldn't find any little corners. Pogba and Bruno were tagged up. It was always two guys on each of them. So anytime they got the ball, they had to make a hurried pass, which kept going out the wrong places, like Matic.
Absolutely.
It was, they hurried us to make mistakes.
No, I'm completely in agreement with that in terms of the points you've just made there. But I want to ask Soom this question. Man United 1-0 down, half-time to the bottom club. If you were Ole, what are you saying to these guys at half-time? Because I certainly didn't see the reaction in the second half. What should have been said?
I mean, are you asking me or someone else?
Soom, and I'm going to come to you, Tim, as well after that. Soom, answer the question.
What the fuck are you playing at? Are you expecting to be winning the league or not? Where is your hunger? Where's your desire? Why are you disrespecting Sheffield United even though they're 20th of the league? Not one pass was accurate. Not fucking one cross was accurate. There's no tenacity in getting the ball forward. There's no hunger to move it faster. You should have just put the academy players on. He basically should have said, if you want to play at this club, at the end of the day, before the game, if everyone looked at that team sheet, they thought, all right, Ole's resting players. I said this before the show started. There's a certain level of caliber a player should be at United. They did not show that in this game. They did not show that. They turned up against Sheffield United. Even when the first goal went in against De Gea, he reacted like, oh, my arm just went like this. Oh, it's only Sheffield. It's like, where's your angriness that you've just conceded a goal? You've been crying for about a season that your defense is not up to par. You're conceding goals. You concede the goal from a dumb fucking shit corner that hits the post and goes in, and you're like, oh, it's only Sheffield. Why are you fucking slouching your shoulders? You know what I mean? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Apologies for the adult content nature and filth that's coming out soon, but this is the beauty of the global fan cam. This is full of passion, intensity, unfiltered, no advertisements, and this is what you get on the Redflex. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Mzee, I'm going to come back to you. I want to ask Mzee something. Mzee, this is what I want to ask you. So obviously, Man United scored. Maguire, great header, 1-1. So I'm not going to cover that too much because I want to focus on what we've seen after that. At that point, I would have expected Man United to push on, take their game, from the scruff of the neck, chests out, and dominate, and let Sheffield United know that how dare you take the lead at Old Trafford, and the punishment for doing that is now we're going to come out and we're going to suffocate you and we're going to score goals and there's nothing that you can do about it. However, that is not what I seen. I seen Sheffield United quite comfortable, not that many chances. Talk me through the second goal, Mzee. What happened with that second goal for Sheffield United?
Tell you what, it's David again though. Okay, fine.
Absolutely.
He shouldn't have been put in that situation at first. But then
should David De Gea have got it better? The clearance.
Exactly. He did it in the stands. He did it in the stands, mate. He did in the stand. Who are you passing it to? There's literally nobody there.
There was no one there. No one.
Exactly. Literally, there was nobody. Just hit it outside there. Why are you even trying to pass them?
Kick the ball. Don't you have to kick a ball?
That pass shouldn't have gone to him. He shouldn't have been in that situation at first. But then now the ball is there. What do? Like, you don't see any United player in front of you that is free. Hit it outside, man. Hit it outside. You don't have to do much. Just hit it out. But then, look, just coming back to what went wrong, though. We're playing against a team that is playing a low block. You don't need players with pace against a team that is playing a low block. In terms of attacking players, you need players that can actually create, players that can actually move and take defenders out of the game. Then why are we going with Martial, Greenwood, and Rashford against a team that is playing a low block? Michael Owen was saying it, like, you're playing at Old Trafford against a team that's playing a low block. I'm expecting Cavani to play these games and then give room for the Rashfords and Martial for the away games where teams will be actually, feel like we're at home, we need to play. They'll come out and attack. Then you get the better of Rashfords and Martial. But you're playing at home, literally, against a team that is sitting back. I don't know if you noticed, Jagielka wasn't going with this offside thing. He was literally letting Martial drift in. But then whenever Martial received the ball, he wasn't willing to go like, okay, I'll depend on the offside trap or anything. Nah, he went in for those tackles. And it means there is no space for the Rashfords to run into. And that's where we suffered.
Antriksh, can you tell me, if you're 2-1 down to the bottom club in the Premier League, why was it until the 80th minute that we seen real changes? Yeah, I understand Cavani came on. Luke Shaw probably playing the best. It's probably the best moment of Luke Shaw's career at Manchester United in terms of his performance, in terms of his assists, in terms of his personality on the pitch. He then also brings Donny on the 80th minute. Surely by the 80th minute, at that point, if it was me, if it's not working, I'd give the boys 5 minutes. I'd give them 10 minutes at max second half. And if it's not working, I'd get 3 players on and I'd chuck them on and tell everybody else that's still on the pitch, look, I'm making 3 changes because it's not working and you better fix it and fix it between yourselves and get the 3 points. Why was Solskjaer always, and it's not just now, it's a common occurrence, the substitutions are non-existent.
See, addressing your question there, I think this is the beauty of fan opinion. While I disagree with Mzee criticizing Oli, I agree with you criticizing Oli. Like, he didn't play Cavani because he cannot play Cavani thrice a week. He played in the weekend, then he played against Liverpool. Now he cannot play again. And another thing is because Luke Shaw is so precious at the moment, he knows Luke Shaw is injury prone as well. And for him, Sheffield United was the perfect game for Alex Telles to whip those balls in, get front and back. But that's not what happened. Now coming to
Who is he whipping the ball?
But that's the point. But that's the point. That's where Rashford and Martial come into play. But yeah, now to the criticizing part of Ole. I mean, he has been a disgrace with the timings of the substitution. From giving Donny van de Beek 120 seconds in the City game, if I remember correctly, against the Fulham game when we took the lead, he literally waited for another 10 minutes, whereas he should have brought Matic on, took a striker off, and then controlled the game because he's that mad dog coming late into the games, fouling and all. And I would also like to, wait a second, we need to get 2 goals, and you're bringing Donny van de Beek on to create something. I mean, Donny van de Beek is a guy who is there to keep the ball. I mean, you bring Donny in when the clock takes 60 minutes. Then you absolutely don't bring him. I don't give a shit if he's sitting on the bench because Donny is not a player who can absolutely change a game. A Mata can. A Dan James can due to his pace. A Mata can with his creativity. But Donny van de Beek doesn't because Donny would go near De Gea, he would ask for a pass and then give it to Maguire. That's his game. That is his game. He's press resistant. He keeps the ball ticking, and he'll just keep the scoreboard flowing. But doing something wonderful, doing something like a 50-yard pass or a 30-yard boomer is not what Donny is all about. That was absolutely disgrace of a substitution, and that was like showing Oli. This shows that Oli is still a work in progress. Like, he's not a PE teacher, but he's not the next best thing. He is a work in progress. Absolutely.
I completely understand. Tim, I'm going to come to you shortly, but Soom first, I just want to ask you, were Man United ever in this title race? I personally think this is an isolated result. I think it's an isolated result because our away form is so good, it's so high that we can, cope with this, bad run of form that we've got at Old Trafford because it's kind of evened itself out. But where do you sit with Man United and the season ahead after this defeat?
Well, let's just say I think United were probably the 9th team to go first this season. I think that's never been done before in the Premier League era. They were saying it was about 85, 86. Something like this happened. I think they were saying it every game. In regards to, obviously, the title race, I have said that I don't think United are going to win the title, but we are in the mix. We've been, like Antriksh said before the show, we are overachieving. We are actually overachieving. At the start of the season, before the season started, I thought a title and a top 4 finish is the perfect result for Ole. That's like the FA Cup or even the Carabao Cup. So, or now maybe hopefully the Europa League. But we're a step above that. Part of that is because the teams have been shit all season, not been performing. Another is obviously we're winning games in certain areas. We're grinding out wins as well. So in regards to obviously the title, it's not over. But I was thinking a couple of games ago, once we got past Arsenal, if United were consistent, we would not lose more than 12 points for the rest of the season. That's what I thought. But now
talking about the Arsenal game, that leads me to my next question. Tim, can you tell me how important is this game against Arsenal? Because if we lose this game, it could all unravel. And I've been the biggest supporter of #21. And I'll say I've come out, I've stuck my neck on the line, and I said this season could be special. But I still think it's an isolated result. It's a funny season. It's one loss. It's not the end of the world. It's Man United. Obviously, the media have got to sell their papers. We've got to do our channels. I understand that. But tell me, this game against Arsenal now, is it any more important?
You see, the way I see it, I've always said, considering I've been following United so many decades, 40 years now, and I will say this: championship titles are not won in January, February, March. They're won in May. I'm happy that United fans, the new young fans now, some have never even seen the Fergie eras. This is new. So I can understand the excitement, the euphoria. I get it. It's fine. It's lovely. It's beautiful. It's funny. But we still have to do the job on the field. And that defense always worries me. That defense, regardless of what combination, Maguire, Lindelof, Maguire, Bailly, whatever combination, the fact that the defending is always, your heart's like, for corner kicks, set pieces, the Carabao Cup against City, two simple balls. It's always the simple crosses, low cross, corner kick. We can't deal with it. And with that, I'm always skeptical about, okay, can we win a title with that defense? It's very worrying. Yeah. The game we lost today is the 4th game we've lost in season, and all at home. We've lost 4 games this season, home games, all at home. All of them. Palace, Spurs, Arsenal, and today, Sheffield United, all at Old Trafford. But the game against Arsenal is even going to be more difficult because Arsenal, for some reason, beat Southampton yesterday. They decided, they think, they're going to win the title too as well. Whatever. Because they live in a dreamland. So let's leave them alone. But
I got a quick question. Sorry. Do you think Arsenal are the same level at United today?
No.
Thank you. That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know.
They're just a bit lower than Everton level at the moment. They're in the 3rd tier of the teams currently now. They're not going anywhere. But what they will do is try to derail us on Saturday. That's all they want to do, is derail United. That would make them happy. If that's the best thing they do this season, is to beat United. But with I don't know what combination he's going to use on Saturday. That combination is going to be very key because Arsenal move the ball quick and they use the flanks very quick. So United have to be on. They need to be really focused on Saturday. There's no room for, I thought he was going to get the ball. You need to just take control of the situation.
I think the thing about Arsenal, maybe a little bit spoiler, Arsenal can run down the flanks, but once they get to that 80-yard line, they collapse.
Man, they
collapse. So
they brought in Odegaard now.
As long as we are bantering
I'm going to say
Arsenal.
2-2 draw for Saturday. I'm going to say 2-2 draw. I would love United to beat Arsenal, but for some reason, I just feel they will get a draw there. I don't see us beating Arsenal. If we beat, hey.
Antriksh, I think you want to say something.
Yeah. The game lives its own life, so we never know about the game. But one thing I know for sure, if there is a race and Arsenal are the only competitors in the race, they're gonna come second. That's how shit they are. That's how shit they are. So there is nothing.
Just before we move on to the last section, I'm going to come round and I want you to tell me. I know there's a massive list. There's quite a few on my hit list, and you know when you get onto my hit list, that's not what position you want to be in. But I'm not going to go through that list. I want one of you.
Just to interrupt you. Yeah. We should start calling him Cass Jericho now.
You just made
Chris
the
Jericho.
list.
Chris Jericho, he's Cass Jericho.
But I'm going to go around. I'm going to ask all of you who you thought the worst player was today. But before we do that, I just want to remind everyone, if you haven't done so already, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Redflex. We are streaming live today on YouTube. We're on Twitch, and we're also on Periscope. Make sure you also follow us on Instagram at the Redflex Official. And if you want your opportunity to express your views and your love for Manchester United, this is the platform for you. We are a global community who wants to engage and talk to people around the world, and especially under the circumstances that we are in. This is something you can't take for granted. You know, you need to bear in mind that everyone in this stream today, we've not met before, we've not had conversations before with each other on an individual level, but what unites us is the love for Manchester United. So that is the most important thing, because regardless of results, we are the biggest club in the world, and that is a fact. So moving on to the section which unfortunately we do have to cover. At the end of the day, we are a fan channel, and we will need to try and get some views. So we will need to hopefully provide a little bit of entertainment. So this should do the trick. Mzee, can you tell me who is the main culprit for the defeat to the bottom club of the Premier League?
The whole team.
One person.
One person. Wow.
Can I just say the whole team? Okay.
You can't.
David
again. Antriksh, the player that has cost us today.
Mr. 50 million down the drain. Absolutely. Mr. 50 million down. No, I mean, what I mean to say is Mr. 50 million down the drain. Tony Martial shall never score again, because I don't want to see him play again in that number 9 role. I mean, he was so shit. He was bullied by a player who has barely got legs to walk. He is 38. He's gonna turn 103 in a fortnight. He was absolutely bullied by that oldie. He had zero chance.
Huh?
You wanted to add something, I thought.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you the Martial thing was like, but you got to understand, he had one chance in the game, that header. Other than that, nothing. They were him and Redflex were feeding on scraps. They had no creativity, no supply, nothing. Even Cavani had what? A half a chance.
I absolutely agree with you, bro. This is the way I've been defending Martial with these 3 going against me. But the thing which I was most irritated about today was his hold-up play. It was so shit. I never blame United strikers for not scoring, because they don't get any chances, because we don't have any creative wingers for them. I absolutely agree there. But what I was pissed to death about today was his hold-up play. You know, if you remember that Ethan Ampadu run, 50-yard run, you know who lost the ball? It was Anthony Martial. And what did he do? I misplaced the pass. And it was Bruno, to whom the pass was meant to go, who ran back. So this is something I really look forward in a player.
Before we move on?
Yeah.
Did you want to add something, Mzee?
Yeah, I just want to say, like, he just had that one chance. But then, if you're playing as a number 10 and you have the ball, you're expecting your forward players to move so that you can actually pick a pass. So if they're not moving, literally, they're just standing there. There's no way you'll actually create chances for them. And that's what our forwards were doing today. Like, literally, there was no movement.
before we get to Tim's and Soom's worst man of the match accolade, you could call it, I just want to remind everyone that I did tell you so about Anthony Martial. I did try and explain it to you. I was made a scapegoat. I was made to look foolish. But I did say it. I did say that Anthony Martial's career at Manchester United doesn't need to end, but the question needs to be raised: is Martial the right fit for Manchester United? And that question is still unanswered. In my opinion, we're more closer towards Anthony Martial proving that he's not a starter rather than he is. But Tim, who was your worst player?
I would say Mzee.
Nice
Because
shout.
Mzee, it looks very unsure of the ball. But that could be due to rustiness, him being a bit rusty.
Exactly.
But he was the worst player in my opinion. But responsible for our defeat, David De Gea.
Absolutely.
Soom?
I think personally the whole team. However, I think today's game showed me a lot of things. Like I used to back Martial, Wan-Bissaka, even Botticelli's, all poor. So
Very.
I feel like all of them should be shot in the head basically for what they've done today. However, all right, maybe not that extreme, but they deserve a slap in the face, that's for sure. So
maybe we need to get Uncle Pat on the phone and we'll get that arranged.
I think all 11 were absolutely horrendous. It can only fall on one person, and that is the captain on the field. Because at the end of the day, the captain is there to control the team.
So
But
are you
he
saying this Harry
even
Maguire?
got the goal to get us back into the game?
Regardless that he equalised, at the end of the day, it's up to the captain to motivate the players on the field. And that was not done. Because at the end of the day, they turned up to that game, even in the tunnel where Sheffield were waiting on the field for United to come out. They were just chilling on the conversation.
I'd have to disagree with that one too. It pains me.
If you disagree, it's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion.
You're entitled to your opinion.
The goal, he just stripped his shoulders. If I was the captain, I'd be going on there. What the hell are you doing? Are you a goalkeeper? You're playing at the #1 club in the world, and you're letting a bunch of attackers from the 20th position of the Premier League bully you on your line. What is wrong with you?
Can you just agree on one thing?
Where was our captaincy? Where was our captain? Okay, he headed the ball in, but at the end of the day, where was the motivation in the rest of the 90 minutes? That's my opinion.
Can we all just agree on one thing though?
Go on.
Yeah.
That it's time for David to go now.
No. Come on.
I tell you what,
it's the first time that his name's been mentioned for a while. And now you want David De Gea out.
Listen, guys. This is what we've been doing, right? I'm not like I appreciate all that he's done for us. Like he was there for us when like we were crap, and he was the only player that really stood out. I gave him that. But then look at how this game is actually evolving right now. People are actually getting keepers that actually are good with the ball in their feet, keepers that are commanding, like whenever like these corner set pieces are commanding and everything. I don't think David is all that right now. He's all good like this one-on-one. He'll give you incredible saves. But then there are those moments where basics of like a modern day goalkeeper, he's not that. David is not that. I think it's time we move on. We get a modern goalkeeper in.
We've got more pressing issues. The fact that we don't have a right winger and we don't have other positions that need to be filled. But go on, Antriksh.
That's not gonna be solved with this board of ours, though.
Yeah, I was just saying that I won't completely agree with Mzee, but this is the case that David was never comfortable with his feet, and David was never press resistant. But what he was good was at just the save master. He used to save anything that used to come at him. So, but he's not even that.
What was that?
Antriksh, you still there?
Yes, I'm still there.
I think we might have lost Antriksh. Okay, I think he was in the middle of a valid point about De Gea, but just before we wrap up today, as I said, unfortunately, the background and the situation is unfortunate, but Tim obviously makes his debut on the Redflex global community. Just before we finish, just want to let Tim very quickly let the global community know a little bit more about your Instagram. You can follow him on. I'll let you do it. Why do I do that?
Hi, yeah, I'm Tim Russell. Soccer as we like it the Man United direction. I use the word soccer because I'm out in America, so if I say football, they'll think it's football. So I have to, that's why I have to say soccer as we like it, the Man United direction. But you can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and Tumblr. I try to cover as much Man United content. We try to do as much as we can, but we have a lot of passionate Houston Red Army fans out here. We have a Man United pub out here, so it's mostly United fans. We come there, we dance, we sing, we cry, we laugh, whatever. But the most important thing is today now everyone's upset. I know the team are upset, but it's how they recover for the game on Saturday. Today's done, it's over, it can't be recovered. They know they're messed up. Defensively, you know, you could see Sheffield United were the team who really wanted this game. It wasn't until United was staring at defeat, they started, you know, and they started doing the same thing. Long balls. You can't win long balls against Burnley, Sheffield United. It's a waste of time. You need intelligent players. Someone like a Mata who could pick a pass would have maybe done something different. He might not have the legs, but it's finding that little thread through a needle's eye that could get that goal. But we were doing the same thing, sending crosses. We were not going to get a goal today. Not like that. We're not going to get a penalty or a free kick. We're going to struggle. But, you know, I want to really thank you guys for having me on your platform. It's a beautiful platform. You know, we're in a very tough, competitive environment these days, especially with COVID. But, you know, we keep putting content out. It's good stuff. I really like your stuff. You know, I'll keep following you guys, making comments for you guys, and, you know, spreading the word for my guys to subscribe to your channel as well. So thank you.
Oh, really appreciate that. It's been great having you on. I can tell the passion and the love that you have for Manchester United. Surely we will see Tim again on Global Fan Cam. I think Mzee's got one last thing that he wants to add before my missus gives me the biggest beating that I've ever taken for still making noise. So Mzee, this is all thanks to you. So hopefully,
it's fine.
It depends on how long what you're going to say. It is going to determine how much beats I'm going to get. So over to you.
I just wanted to vote for my man of the match.
Is there a man of the match? But yeah,
Tim
you can vote for him.
Is the man of the match. Tim is our man of the match.
No, absolutely. He's the official Redflex man of the match.
It's hard to even say collectively who even put. I mean, it's even hard to even say who played well because they all had bad performance today. So
Nobody.
I would say it's hard. You got to really think like who played well, who didn't put a bad pass, who didn't.
Might because he was better defensively. That's it.
I think the highest message will get above a bad situation is 5.7. That's it.
Yeah.
5.7.
Yeah. Nothing great. But everyone else.
When you lose to the bottom club, there
it's
is no
embarrassing.
Exactly why he said my man of the match is Tim.
No, I agree. I think Tim is the official Redflex man of the match.
But
we'll send you a little
like
bit bubbly through the post as it's COVID. Is there one thing you wanted to add? Sorry, Tim.
It's just when I just close my eyes, I still the guy passing that ball. There was nobody there. Who was he passing to? It's like, really? Who is there? There's no one there. Why would you not just kick it out?
We all won't sleep today. Exactly.
There was no United. There was no United player there. There was no United player out there. So where was he passing to?
I think one thing that's for sure. I think one thing that's for sure is that the debate is going to go on and on and on. Doesn't matter what part of the globe that you are in at the moment. No Manchester United fan is going to be sleeping tonight. No Manchester United fan looks forward to waking up tomorrow with plenty of propaganda that's against Manchester United. The ESPNs of the likes,
Oh
There's
my
going to be
God.
loads of videos that you're going to need to avoid. The TV will not be putting on in the next 24 hours.
For you, Cass, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've got no beatings that are expected. So, yeah, we'll take another one.
Do you think the headline tomorrow of this game will overshadow Lampard sacking?
Oh, yeah. It will. It will.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're going to talk more about money loss against Sheffield and Lampard sacking.
I think the media have already moved on. Tuchel's already come in, he's drawn, so they've got a new person to go after. But that's about it for the Global Fan Cam. Again, big thank you for Tim for joining us today. Mzee, Soom, Antriksh, as always, it's been an absolute pleasure. Manchester United title race has taken a massive dent, but boy, what a game we have in store on Saturday. Arsenal versus Manchester United. We'll have all the match previews, all the match reactions on the Redflex and the Global Fan Cam. But until then, everybody, stay safe and try to have a good night. Thank you, and we'll see you all soon.
Have a nice evening, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Tim.